whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems.
Oh, and good morning again. So, now I'm having fun with the software. I'm telling you, just 10 seconds ago, I was not getting it to work. I'm like, oh no, what is going on? So, there are no coincidences and everything's an omen. So this weekend I'm going to probably revamp the software. I have nothing special going on this weekend. But wow, I can't believe, like, just at the last second. It's because of all the good vibrations from you guys. So good morning, Maureen. Good morning, Angelina. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, universe? And the sun. Good morning, sunshine. So, I hope everybody had that amazing day yesterday. Here's another chance to just start things over in a positive way. Instead of somebody saying, oh no, another day. Good morning, Jenny. So, what can we do? We can say it's a joyous new day. Can you imagine having to live with me? Oh my God, the horror. It's like, pull the covers back over your head and like, let me go back to sleep. Go away from me. So, this is our chance to check in with the universe. Our chance to just kind of like take a breath. Listen to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean. Put our feet flat on the floor. Taking that breath, getting connected with the ground underneath. I'm rotating my ankles. That always feels so good. I'm going to have my butt do the kitty dance. And then the shoulders, where are they? And the neck. After the mad scramble to get the software working again, I need this breath. It is so much better to start a day with a breath instead of the mad scramble. So this is our chance to check in with the universe, see if we have any angers or resentments or anything that might cause us to react during the day. When we meditate, we're actually going in, we're pulling out that hermit card, or we're pulling out the high priestess, the papist, and just listening. This is our chance to just listen. So what am I going to do then? I am going to make our 3 stacks. Each one a different thread going out to the universe. It's like each one's a different thought or idea. And if you believe in a multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path, because this stack will lead down one path. This conversation's a totally different path from this one. The question is, which thread do we want to pull? Mad Scramble. Good name for a band. Oh, that is totally right. Today, let's take the bottom one, or what I like to think of as things that are underneath that might be influencing us and we don't even realize it. So, I'm going to do our 3 and 1. And I'll flip them all over one at a time like we're reading the pages of a book. And the first card for today. Wasn't that the one we started out with in the middle yesterday? We're starting to see patterns going on here. Because the 5 of Swords. Swords are our thoughts, our ideas, and sometimes our anxieties. So, when we have swords, that one sword, that's our good idea. That's the plant. We planted that seed. 2 is about balances. 4 is 4 legs on a table. And once again, we get that moment of stability. And then the software doesn't work. I could have been the most serene person in the world. But I tell you what, if I didn't jump to it and just engage that brain, you know, and there's a couple different ways we can go with that when we do that. We can just throw the computer out the window. That is an option. Or we could remember that there's people that might show up that I might want to reflect the cards with. So, Five of Swords is when you got that, that moment, and then something kind of breaks that mental moment, and you're like, ugh, and we have to deal with it. So let's see what the next card is. And it's the Magician staring at that. So, we all have our own innate talents, right? So, again, I'll just use that example is that I didn't throw the computer out the window. Instead, I've been doing this for a few years now. I mean, I'm well over 1,000 videos now, so this isn't the first time I've had a string of days with an issue. But look at this guy. He's got his cups, he's got his coins, he's got his swords, and he's got his wands. This is when we have our stuff together. We've learned, maybe we have our 10,000 hours we've put into something. And so we have different ways of reacting to adverse conditions, right? We can engage our emotions. We can engage our anger. Or if we feel confident in what we do know, those times where we know that we're right, people can say whatever they want. Things can happen. And we are not going to be affected to things the same way as if we're not as confident. When somebody can say something negative and we wear that like a mantle. So when we're the Magician, this is our confidence. This is our knowing. This is our ability. And the other thing about the Magician is that the Magician does what? They manifest something out of nothing. They can take an idea and they can make it real. That's what magicians do, right? There's no bunny in the hat. Look at this. And then they tap on it, and just out of thought alone, a rabbit appears. Also because they put their 10,000 hours in. So, he's staring at the Five of Swords, and he's staring at it with confidence. And then we have again the Five of Wands. So, wands are our fire, our energy, our creativity, and our action. And I think I even said this yesterday. The Five of Wands is Thanksgiving Day at my parents' house. Nobody's actually, going to hit anybody, but it's the loudest voice wins. It's the most opinionated people that are the loudest. So this is, when we get surrounded by chaos, here's it coming from the mental side. It's like, things are just hitting us mentally. And then we have the world around us and sometimes the people around us. This is all about the chaos that we sometimes find ourselves in the middle of. But I want you to notice that because of the confidence, because of their confidence and their knowing, even though the chaos is all around us, there is a calm at the center of the storm. And we can be at the center of that hurricane and just ride it out, right? So today it's about acknowledging the storm that can be around us and the storm that sometimes absorbs us. Sometimes we not only are hit by a storm, but we become part of the storm, and then we are the storm. So we get hit by a storm, and sometimes we become part of that storm, and then we are the storm unless today we find the confidence, and unless today we make a decision that it's like, I don't need to be a part of this madness that's going around me. So let's take a look at the advice card. Oh, this is beautiful. So the way that I see the Tower is different from other people, but with this card, the Tower in Hollywood, of course, it's about destruction. But with this deck, it explains it beautifully because it's originally called La Maison Dieu, which is the house of God. This is the lightning-struck tower. And people on here have heard me talk about this 100 times. But when this card pops up and I'm reading for somebody, ask somebody this question. It's always interesting. But what's the one thing that hurts worse than a lie? And then pause. Wait for their responses, because they'll come up with a bunch of different reasons. Every now and then, 1 out of every 20, somebody will say the truth. And that's what the Tower is. This is the light of truth hitting our tower, and we have a choice to make. Sometimes it's easier just to live in the tower the way it is and just choose not to deal with the truth. Other times we want that tower to come down so that we can actually build a foundation of truth. So we have 4 cards out of 78. 2 of them are the minors, right? The minors are the day-to-day cards. Welcome to a Friday. The pillar today are the majors, which are the destiny cards. So this is, again, one of those spreads that I often say it's not the bears in the woods that will get you. The majors are the bears. The minors are the mosquitoes. It's not the bears in the woods that'll get you, it's the mosquitoes. And each mosquito bite slowly piles up to where it's like, you know what? I don't care how beautiful the woods are, how lovely this lake is. I can't take this anymore. Or the magician can say, here, spray some of this on your arms. You'll be better. Or let's build a fire and that'll help keep the mosquitoes away. The magician is going to have a method or an idea to find the calm in the middle of the storm. And a lot of times what that is that the magician is going to acknowledge the truth, maybe the truth of just how they feel. I would rather not recognize how I feel, because if I do, I might break down, right? So today, it's about seeing the chaos around us for what it is, and then being the calm in the storm. The alchemy of red velvet, cheesecake, brownies, in the eye of the storm. Oh my gosh. So with that, I hope everybody has an amazing weekend. And I think this is a good spread for the weekend. This is a good way to focus on how can I read the newspaper and be part of the world and not get run over by it. So thanks again, everybody. Take care, and I will see you all on Monday. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand. Whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards, turn around. Mysteries we have found. In the shadows we dance. Take a chance, take a chance. Ghostly figures